Welcome back, squad. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Full Ride, the College Recruiting and Athletic Scholarship Podcast. I'm your coach, Kito Delgado, and today we're going to talk about time. How to be more productive, how to make time for college recruiting. Right? Because I know you guys have a lot going on between school, practice, camps, tournaments, showcases, whatever the case may be, trying to be kids, hanging out with your friends. So you have a lot going on, but if you're an under-the-radar recruit and you need to get the attention of college coaches, there's a lot of work that you have to do, and that requires time. That requires you to be productive with your time. So I'm going to give you 4 tips today. 4 tips for managing your time. But before I go any further, again, I am your coach, Kito Delgado, former college student athlete and head coach of URECRUITU, and where our mission is very simple. We want to empower and equip our student athletes with the skills and the necessary tools to take full control of the college recruiting process. Because we truly believe that athletics is certainly one way to even the playing field, if you will. It's a great way for you to gain access to an education. It's one way for you to maybe receive some financial assistance to attend school. It's another way for you to network and really open up doors for you, right? It's not the end all be all, but if you have a gift, if your athletic ability is your gift, we want to help you leverage that gift into opportunities. So that's what URECRUITU is about. And Full Ride is the podcast that we have launched now that really is meant to help our busy families learn the ins and outs of college recruiting while on the go. Because we know you guys you're on the road nonstop. You're going from practice to practice, from showcase to camps. You're visiting colleges. Mom and dad, sometimes when you're waiting for your kid, your student athlete to participate in their sport, you're just sitting in the stands. Well, pop those earbuds in and listen to an episode of Full Ride. So that's why we launched Full Ride, because we want you to be able to learn college recruiting while on the go. So lastly, before I get into today's topic, time management, is just want to make sure you know how to find us. So all you have to do is search the letter U, URECRUITU, on pretty much Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, right? URECRUITU, we're right there for you. And then also, as far as the podcast goes, we're available on every podcast destination app you can think about. You know, Google Play, Apple, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn. We even upload to YouTube. So just search URECRUITU on YouTube and follow us on YouTube. So we're all over the place, and we're really just trying to do our part to help our families successfully navigate college recruiting. So that's enough of that. Let's get into today's topic, which is time management. So number 1, calendars, right? You have to make time for college recruiting. You have to make time to reach out to coaches. You have to make time to research schools. You have to make time to make highlight tapes. But you have to make the time. And so many of us, or you particularly, are not making that time because you're not scheduling it. So number 1, schedule recruiting activity. Put it on the calendar, right? Put it on your calendar. And for some of these, you can make recurring, right? Every Monday at 6, I'm going to do X. Every other Monday at 7, I'm going to do this. Put it on your calendar. Because when you see it, then you're going to have that reminder. You're going to get notified when it's that time, right? If it's not on your calendar, if you don't make the time, it's not a priority, it's not going to get done. So you have to put it on your calendar. Number 1. Tip number 1 for you, right? Number 2, I'm just looking at my notes here. Number 2, batching. This is the big one. So this is what I mean by this. If mom and dad decided they wanted to make cookies, right? Hey, we want to make some cookies for the family. Your mom and dad wouldn't just make a cookie, right? They'd make a sheet of cookies. They'd make 12, 15 at a time, put them in the oven. They come out, let them cool off. You put another batch in the oven, right? So you're focusing, you're not just doing one at a time and being done. No, you want a batch. Same thing with your activity. So give you an example. You decide, you know what, I want to do some videos of me working out. I want to promote me working out, right? So you wouldn't go out there. Technically, you can do a video of you working out, doing ladder drills or throwing a football, pitching, whatever it is. You can do that in like 2 minutes and be done, right? But instead of just stopping with one video, put it on your calendar. Okay, I'm gonna do this for an hour. And in that hour, I'm going to do 10 small mini video clips. Think about that, right? Or I want to reach out to college coaches, right? So instead of only reaching out to one coach, you say, okay, I'm going to reach out to these 6 college coaches today. And what that does is it helps you create rhythm. You get in the momentum. And you don't have to do it all, if you reach out to all 6 of those coaches that one day, well, then you don't have to do another activity that day. Like, have a narrow focus. Focus on that activity and do it multiple times because it helps you get in a rhythm too. So if you want to do videos, focus on doing 2 hours worth of video of you doing different activity. Don't worry about editing at that particular time. All you're doing is just shooting the video, get the content. And then another day you schedule, okay, now I'm going to sit down and I'm going to chop these videos up into 10 mini videos and then post them on my Instagram, post them on my YouTube page, right? Or another way to do it is you want to send thank you notes, or you want to send an introduction letter, handwritten introduction letter. I'm a big believer in that. Sending handwritten notes. Don't just send one note. Get together, figure out, okay, these are the 10 coaches that I'm gonna send a handwritten note to today. It's gonna take you an hour at the most, but you've done 10 of them at once, right? So batching is a great way for you to really take full advantage of your time, right? Number 3, you want to do it at the same location, right? I'm a big believer in, going to the same location. Like, so as an example, now I'm not doing this from my office at the particular moment. I'm actually off site, but normally I do all of my podcast episodes in my guest room, right? I do it in my guest room and I have my studio. I'm all set up. And I go into that room, and what happens is you start to associate that room with that activity. So when I go in there, I get really creative, right? So as an example, if you want to send notes to colleges, introduction emails, well, then you should send those emails from one particular room in your house all the time, because that's when you get you start to associate and you get you do your best work and you're locked in, you're focused. Don't try to send a letter from the kitchen table with the TV on, and then you're doing it in another room, then you're doing it from your bedroom. No, like, you want to associate a certain part of your house with that activity. See what I'm saying? So you definitely want to try to, if possible, assign rooms in your home for certain tasks. See what I'm saying? I'm gonna write notes here. I'm gonna send emails here. From here, I'm gonna call in this room. Separate your house, and you'll be amazed at how locked in you get when you enter those rooms. That's just a little tip that I've learned. I'm a quick person. You might want to, just a little plug here. This is I don't have any association with him, but Jim Quick. Google him, Jim KWIK. He has a Quick Brain podcast, and he shares a lot of this stuff on his podcast, and that's definitely one of them. Go to a room, in your home. And then to piggyback that, what he also says is, which is my last part here, is you want to work on your work while you work. And what I mean by this is you gotta turn off the distractions. You gotta turn off the distractions. Because many of you are saying, okay, I wanna sit down, okay, this hour block of time, I'm gonna sit down and I'm going to send 10 emails to coaches, right? That's great. On paper, when you say it out loud, oh, I'm gonna send 10 emails to coaches. But meanwhile, what do you have? You have your phone in your hand, you're sending DMs to your friends, right? Or you're watching TV, you're watching Netflix in the background. Or maybe you're checking emails and you're replying to other emails from other people. No, the task isn't for you to reply to anybody right now. The task is for you to send emails, right? So you have to really focus on the task. And the way you focus on the task is to eliminate distractions. Turn off the electronics. Turn them off and focus on your work, because then that allows you to get more done in a short period of time, right? So those are the 4 things that are gonna help you. It doesn't solve all your problems, but it's gonna help you really take control of college recruiting, but it's also gonna help you manage your time without being overwhelmed. Because that's the thing, many of you aren't afraid to do the work. You just don't have a system in place to do the work. So when you decide to actually do it, you have no rhythm, you have no plan of attack, you're getting frustrated, you get overwhelmed, and then you end up procrastinating, or you start overthinking it. Slow down, have a little system. And this is just one system that I recommend doing. Put it on the calendar, schedule the time, schedule blocks of time on your calendar, and I encourage you to really make it recurring. Don't do it a one-time event. Do it over and over again, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, batch. Don't just do one at a time. Get in a rhythm, create momentum. Whatever activities that you're gonna do, multiply it. Don't just send 1 email, send 5 emails, send 10 emails. Don't just call 1 coach, call 10 coaches. Don't just shoot 1 video, shoot 2 hours worth of video and then chop them up later. But only do 1 task at a time. Don't multitask. Don't say, okay, I'm gonna send these emails while I'm researching the schools. No. Do 1 day, I'm gonna research 10 schools, and then next week, now I'm gonna email those 10 schools. You see, many of you are doing, oh, I'm gonna research and I'm gonna send email at the same time. No. Single focus, no multitasking. Do 10 research schools, or research 10 schools, research 10 programs. Once you've identified those 10, then you send the 10 emails to them. See what I'm saying? That's batching. Number 3, number 3, you want to make sure you go to a specific room, designate a room in your home, right? Designate a room in your home for certain task, right? Attach a task to a room. So again, I'm gonna make my phone calls from my bedroom. I'm going to research colleges in my mom or dad's office. I'm going to send out emails from my dining room table, right? Get the point. Designate a room for each task. It's gonna help you lock in on that particular task at hand. And then finally, focus on your work. Work on your work. Eliminate the distractions, right? Eliminate the distractions. Don't have your phone on. Don't have Netflix in the background. You wanna have music? That's okay if you can be productive. So you wanna create an environment that allows you to produce what it is that you're trying to accomplish, right? So if you can work in music and that gets you locked in, great. But if you're gonna be dancing the whole time, you're not gonna be locked in, turn the music off. Turn off all the other devices that could prevent you from having a laser-like focus on the task at hand. All right? I hope this helps. Remember, if it does, please do me a big favor. Be a good teammate. Share this with your other family members, your teammates, mom and dad, share with other parents, because our goal is to really help all of our families, all of our student athletes who have a desire to do so. We want to help all of them take control of the college recruiting process. So be a good teammate, share this on social media. But until next time, this is your college recruiting coach, Kito Delgado, reminding you that college recruiting starts with you. What steps are you taking today to earn an athletic scholarship tomorrow?